What is up, my friends? Today we are talking about the Jabra Evolve2 65 Flex. This is a pretty new headset in the Evolve2 line from Jabra, and before I dig into it, quick disclaimer, while I do work for Jabra, this is not a marketing video for this product. This is a device overview. We're going to take a look at what ships in the box, its functionality, its capability, its features. We'll demo the audio so that you get a feel for what that's like on the far end. You'll get a feel of the look and feel, how to manage the device, and then draw your own conclusions. With that, let's go ahead and get the Evolve2 65 Flex out of the box and take a look at what it's all about. And as the name suggests, flexibility is definitely key with the Evolve2 65 Flex. All right, before we take a look at the device, let's look at the box that it ships in. This is a cardboard box, minimal packaging. That is part of the sustainability effort. We can see packaging from responsible sources. And as we pull that sleeve away, it actually says it's what's on the inside that counts. That's why we've reduced our packaging. So if eco-friendly is an important part of the whole procurement process, this checks that box. Few notes on the device up top. You got your portable fold-up design, active noise cancellation, professional noise canceling microphones as well, and then of course it is Bluetooth enabled to work from anywhere. On the front we get that noise cancellation note one more time. It's got a unique foldable design with the premium sound that Jabra is known for. We will take a look at what that foldable design is, but it gives you a lot of flexibility in carrying the device around and mobility. We can see there's also a new Air Comfort Fit design for the cushions on the ears and in the headband. And then this one is certified for Microsoft Teams, but there is a UC variant if you are not in a Microsoft Teams shop. So with that, as I mentioned, we pull the sleeve off. The cardboard slips open right in the front. We get a QR code if we want to register our device. And on the front of this little cardboard placard, we see that, hey, we should download the Jabra Sound Plus app on our smartphone or the Jabra Direct software on our computer so we can manage firmware updates and settings and all kinds of cool stuff like that. And as we flip the yellow side around, we get a handy dandy quick start guide on the printed on the back side of the cardboard. First, we've got our connect settings over here. You've got like a native Bluetooth pairing option that is dongle free, but the package, the headset does come with a pre-paired Bluetooth dongle that you can plug in with USB-C to your laptop, and that way you don't have to worry about trying to get the pairing going. It's auto paired. Once we've got our device connected, we come over to our controls and LEDs. On the left side, we can cycle between our active noise cancellation and hear through settings with the button right up top. We've got a wireless charging surface. So if you've got a nice flat wireless charging area, you can charge the device that way. We've also got our power on and off button, which you can activate by holding it down for 2 seconds, or our Bluetooth pairing, which is a 4-second press. Looking at both sides, we can see that we've got the busy lights and Microsoft Teams status LEDs. This lets people see from all different angles, front, back, and both sides, that you are in a call or what your status is. We've also got our mute microphone and voice assistant buttons right up top. And then right on the side here is that Microsoft Teams button. We can also answer and end calls from that button. And on the side of the earpiece, we've got our play pause button for music and media, as well as our volume up and down controls. Finally, we've got a retractable boom arm mic that will answer the call when you extend it down or mute the call when you put it back up, unmute when you slide it back down. With that out of the way, we can actually pull the travel carrying case out of the box. We'll set it off to the side for just a moment. Got a little bit more documentation, but this is the boring safety information stuff, so I'll really skip past that. And then we've got a USB-C to USB-C cable that is provided. Now I mentioned we can wirelessly charge the device, but you can also charge it with the USB-C cable, and this will allow you to connect the device to your computer for managing via Jabra Direct if you don't have the Bluetooth dongle plugged in and the device turned on. Looking closer at the travel carrying case, it is a felt case. It is about the size of my hand. That is nice and compact, very thin, Fits nicely into all kinds of backpacks and carrying cases or purses or you name it. Everything folds up nice and tight and travels very well. Got the Jabra branding down here, an elastic band to kind of keep this fold in place. We can untuck that, lift it up, and on the inside we'll have our Bluetooth dongle that will sit inside its own little pouch. Handy place to keep it so you don't lose it. On the inside though, we've got the Evolve2 65 Flex itself. We'll get rid of that carrying case and we'll take a closer look at the headset. Now here you can see it in its folded, compact, flexible form. We can simply fold these down, they click into place, and then you will fold the ear pads out so that you can wear it. Now again, to fold that back up, you'll just fold these in. These will click back, fold up in there, and you're ready to pack it back into its travel case. Looking closely at both sides, on this Teams variant, you can see that Microsoft Teams button on this side. On the other, you have that little lightning bolt to indicate that is the wireless charging side. On the same side as our Microsoft Teams logo, we've got that retractable boom mic. That will come all the way down, answer your call, unmute if you're muted, that will mute you again, and you can see that it tucks nice and flush, easy to hide away, but then easy to access as well with just the tip of your finger. You can see some of those button controls on the sides, your media button, volume up and down. Coming over to the other earpiece where we wirelessly charge from, we've got our power and Bluetooth button at the front of the device. At the bottom of the device, we've got that USB-C charging port, and as we come around to the back, you'll see that ANC hear-through button on the top back. Looking at the insides of the earpieces, you can see they've got this kind of newer design. You can feel these are really soft, really cushy, but they're not too firm. You don't have a lot of squeezing that happens here. They're flexible enough, but they do not squeeze. And these just feel like air on your ears. That same Air Comfort Fit technology has been extended to the headband, and it gives you a lot of give up top to let your head not get fatigued from wearing them for hours, but without too much give to where you're feeling the metal part of the headband up here. It's meant to be just a breezy, light, you don't even feel it kind of comfort level and feel. The headsets themselves are very light. So whereas some headsets have a lot of padding, but they're also heavy and they kind of have to squeeze, these are not heavy at all, and you've got a lot of cushion and comfort for really that all-day wear approach. Now at this stage, we are not demoing the audio of the device. I am still using my wireless lapel mic, but we're just doing a little bit of a look and feel demo. If you're curious what the Evolve2 65 Flex looks like when you're wearing it, this is what it looks like. Just picture a better looking person in between the two earpieces. Now, what I will call out here is that you can see this is kind of a thin look, right? It's less cumbersome, it's less bulky than some other headsets you may have worn. That allows A, that it's lighter, B, that it's kind of a gentler, lighter feel on your head as you're wearing it. But as I mentioned earlier, I'm wearing it now. My impression is that yes, you could have this on for hours and you wouldn't feel any pressure from the sides. You wouldn't feel it weighing down. It's just light. Truly some advancements have been made in that air comfort technology. Now to answer a call, you'd simply flip that boom mic down, and when you're in the call, you'll see that busy light going on, but this is what it looks like with the boom mic down. You would then mute the call, unmute the call. Hopefully that gives you a sense of what the Evolve2 65 Flex looks like to wear, to use. Let's head on over to the desk and see what it's like to manage the Evolve2 65 Flex with Jabra Direct, and then we'll demo the audio so that you get a sense of what it's like to hear someone speaking through this microphone on the far end. All right, we are here in the Jabra Direct software. As you can see, we've got multiple devices connected to this computer that the Jabra Direct software recognizes. We are using the Jabra Panicast 20 to capture my video, and we can see the Evolve2 65 Flex because it is powered on and it is already pre-paired with the Jabra Link 380 Bluetooth dongle that it shipped with, and that is also plugged in to the PC. So we can see that device right there, and we can go into our Evolve2 65 Flex and manage it. Now, when I first plugged it in, there was an update pending. I updated it to the latest firmware. That lets us go right in and we can see a few things right off the bat. First, we're already paired with that Jabra Link 380. Good stuff. And then it's connected via Bluetooth. Good to know. 100% battery. That's fantastic. We can see that we are Microsoft Teams ready because we do have the Teams client up and running. And we have a couple different choices here. I'm going to move my video out of the way. You can see we've got audio and settings. The settings are what we will use for configuring our day-to-day experience and expectation of all these features. If we need to make some on-the-fly ad hoc adjustments to our audio, we would click that button. Pulling this over to the screen, you can see we've got an equalizer here that we can adjust our bass, our treble, our mid-range, all things that I don't know what I'm doing with and that I would completely screw up. So we're going to ignore this and instead click settings to adjust our day-to-day experiences with the device. Let me move my video out of the way once more. And without going through all of these, you can get a quick view of some of what's capable here. We could rename the phone. We can change the different sound modes available to us to control our ANC and hear through settings. You've got current sound mode, which is off, but I'm going to turn to ANC. But if depending on what you choose here, you've got various levels that you can adjust, things you can turn on or off for your hear through and ANC settings. You can control side tone, which just kind of lets you hear your own voice in the headset to kind of get you comfortable with how you sound and what your levels are. If you're a loud talker like me, it's a good idea to keep a check on the level of volume that you're projecting into the microphone. Hearing protection settings, very important. Jabra puts a lot of emphasis on the health and quality of the audio and the ears across its devices. So important settings there. They meet standards for different countries. Here you can see an Australian regulation that is met by G616. We've got call equalizer, audio notifications, things like auto pausing and resuming based on you taking the headset on or off. You've got busy light capability, which I love, signals to your coworkers that are walking up to you or your family, right? That, hey, I'm on a call, look at the busy light, don't approach. You can undock the headset and answer a call that way. Lots of boom arm configurations that you can customize to the way you want it to behave when you lift that boom arm up or down. Mute reminder tone to tell you, hey, you're still on mute when you're talking in case you thought you weren't. You can auto reject calls, change your sleep mode settings, play sounds when buttons are pressed. And then, of course, you can view the list of devices you've paired the headset to, as well as edit that list. I'm not going to make any adjustments now, but if you did, you'd click save before moving along. We can come over to our soft phone, and we got 3 settings in here. You want your call controls to work with your soft phone technology, like Teams or Zoom? Sounds good to me. All these things sound good to me, actually. I'm going to leave them all on. Not a ton of settings here, but you can customize that soft phone experience. Finally, if you need product information like firmware version, part numbers, all that good stuff, controlling firmware updates, that can be done on this last setting here. One more time, hit save when you're done. We've got nothing to save. If you need to reset all the settings to their standard factory defaults, you can right there. So we'll just say cancel. I don't think I changed anything, but maybe I did. So we'll say save. There, settings are saved. We're now good to go. Taking a look at the settings of that Bluetooth dongle, not a lot happening there, but if we click on the settings, you can see your wireless range. You can set to normal, low, or very low. Soft phone PC, again, some soft phone settings for the PC to change here, and your product information for firmware version, device name, etc. So here we are with a brief audio test. I'm going to move this mic out of the way because we are not using it. We are using the Evolve2 65 Flex. This little boom arm here, that's what you're hearing the audio through. So if you want to know what it's like to be on the far end and hear someone talking through the microphone of the Evolve2 65 Flex, this is what it sounds like. If I raise the boom arm, you will not hear me anymore as I talk. Down, and as I put it back down, you can now hear me once again. So again, that boom arm functionality will mute and unmute. Even though I'm not in a Teams call, just using it in a recording scenario like OBS Studio, mute, unmute. Cool thing about that is that when I muted myself, I heard it tell me muted, unmuted, because I had those settings configured in the Jabra Direct software. There you go, demo of the audio through the Evolve2 65 Flex. All right, one final demo here. We are not demoing the audio for the Evolve2 65 Flex because that's going through this microphone here. The reason for that is I need to free up the Evolve2 65 Flex to be used in the Microsoft Teams meeting that we see on screen. So we're using the Panicast 20 to record through OBS Studio. The camera we're going to use on the actual Microsoft Teams meeting will be a separate camera here that's attached to my display. And so we see the Jabra Link 380, which is the Bluetooth dongle for this headset. That's selected for the Teams meeting, and a separate camera selected. We're doing some fun OBS Studio capturing a Teams meeting stuff here. But I want to demo some of the integration points really quickly. Now, if we go ahead and say join on the call, you'll notice that once I get rid of this little prompt here, blow this up a bit bigger, you'll notice that we have red LEDs, front and back, on both sides of the headset. This means that if someone is to approach me from the front, from the back, from either side, they're going to see the red. Those busy lights indicate I'm busy, I'm on a call. Don't approach, don't interrupt. So people get that visual from every direction using the Jabra Evolve2 65 Flex, making sure that your meetings in an open office environment or even a home environment, right, that you're not interrupted. So integration point number one, pretty cool stuff. Second one, notice that we are not muted in the Microsoft Teams meeting, and I flip up my mic, and I am now muted. Now you're still hearing me in the recording because I'm talking through the mic into the recording. We're not capturing the meeting audio. But in the meeting, the audio is muted because I have flipped this up. I flip it down, we are now unmuted. The final point of integration is when I tap this Microsoft Teams button, the call will hang up. Let's go ahead and see that and wrap up this part of the demo. There it is. We are all hung up. That is Microsoft Teams integration with the Jabra Evolve2 65 Flex. So to wrap up the Evolve2 65 Flex video, I thought I would switch the audio back over to this microphone one more time just so you get one last feel for what that's like. Hope you found this overview helpful. It should tell you what you get in the box when you order one. It should give you a good idea of what the look and feel is. Well, feel as described by me. Should give you a pretty good example now and previously of what the audio sounds like as it's recorded through the microphone, what that Microsoft Teams integration looked like. And if it was helpful, please throw a thumbs up on this video, share it all over your social media channels, let your friends and colleagues know. Sharing is caring, and I hope that we're going to see you back here for the next device overview video.